Silence in childhood can echo for decades. If your feelings were routinely unseen, you may carry an invisible map into love that keeps pointing you away from closeness. Childhood emotional neglect is not about obvious harm, but about the steady absence of emotional noticing. A child brings sadness, excitement, or fear to a caregiver and gets a shrug, a quick fix, or a change of subject. Nothing dramatic happens, which makes it hard to name later. The nervous system still learns a rule: inner signals are not useful, and other people are not the place to bring them. In adult relationships, that rule can surface as low-grade distance, difficulty sensing needs until they are urgent, or a confusing mismatch between being competent in life and strangely flat in intimacy. Many learn to outperform at school or work while under-expressing in love, so the outside looks capable while the inside goes quiet at the very moments when words would help. Inside, this often looks like trimmed awareness rather than a total lack of feelings. People sense heat in the chest, a knot in the stomach, restlessness behind the ribs, and cannot easily translate those body messages into language. The brain did not get enough co-regulation and labeling practice to pair sensations with meaning. Attachment patterns bend towards self-reliance that once protected you, but now keeps partners at arm's length. Cognitive habits grow around that stance, like the belief that needs are burdens, that asking creates instability, or that calm equals safety even when calm is actually numbness. None of this is a flaw in character. It is a set of adaptations to an environment where emotions did not have reliable landing places. Respecting these adaptations is the first step. Only then can they soften without rebellion. In daily life, the pattern slips into view during ordinary moments. A partner asks how your day felt, and you offer facts instead of feelings, then later feel oddly misunderstood. Conflict smolders rather than explodes, because naming small disappointments seems riskier than swallowing them. Dates get planned with perfect logistics and minimal emotional texture, so the relationship runs like a tidy calendar, without the hum of aliveness. On the other side, you might overfunction, solving problems, anticipating needs, being the steady one, while quietly expecting too little in return. Resentment builds in the background and then arrives like weather that surprises even you. After the storm, you may tell yourself the reaction made no sense, which strengthens the old rule to speak even less next time. Signals that nudge you away from connection rarely announce themselves as danger. A partner offers something vulnerable, and you feel an urge to change topics, give advice, or check a screen. That urge is your nervous system trying to keep arousal manageable, not proof that you do not care. There are also green signals worth noticing, even if they feel unfamiliar. Moments when you catch a micro feeling such as warmth, envy, or gratitude and speak it out loud act like stitches that close small gaps. When you ask, in plain words, to stay with a feeling for a minute, and someone actually stays, the body often answers with an exhale, a softer jaw, or less scanning of the room. These small cues are easy to dismiss because they look like nothing special. They are the opposite. They are the quiet rehearsals of a new rule in the nervous system. Emotion can show up and be metabolized without anyone being shamed, abandoned, or flooded. Imagine a small story. Maya grew up where homework and manners mattered, and feelings were private. As an adult, she thrives at work and is admired for calm under pressure. With her partner Liam, she often says she is fine and means it, until he misses a small promise and she goes quiet for days. She calls this being low maintenance. One evening, after another nothing's wrong, she notices a dull ache behind the sternum and heaviness in her throat. Instead of swallowing it, she asks for a pause and tries a new sentence. I think I felt unimportant when the plan changed. The words feel clumsy. The ache lightens. Liam does not deliver a perfect response. He stays present, asks if she wants him to explain or just listen, and waits longer than usual. The important shift is not his eloquence, but the small bridge that forms where there used to be a gap. Over the next weeks, the bridge holds during pleasant moments too. She shares soft pockets of joy after a morning run and admits, without drama, when she is tired of being the default planner. The relationship does not become a movie. It becomes more breathable. If you want a compact playbook to practice, start with naming and pacing. When a feeling is fuzzy, Use low-precision labels like something tight, a low sadness or irritation at 2 out of 10, and keep sentences short enough to breathe between them. Speaking with a measured pace keeps arousal within range, so curiosity stays online. Then practice requesting, rather than hinting. Try it would help if you listened without fixing for a few minutes, followed by, "I will tell you when I want ideas." Also useful is, "Can we revisit that plan tomorrow? I need time to sense what I want." Finally, build gentle rituals that make emotional presence less effortful. A 3-minute evening check-in with 2 questions, what felt good today and what tugged at you, creates repetitions your earlier life may not have provided. The point is not depth every time. The point is repetition that teaches the body this is normal. Boundaries belong in the same playbook. They are not a sign that you push love away. They tell your nervous system that it can approach without losing shape. Practice a boundary in soft language, such as, "I want to stay connected, and I need a short pause when voices get sharp, so my body can settle." You are not threatening distance. You are building a bridge that can carry more weight. Self-clarity grows when you put attention on cues during low-stakes moments, not only in fights. Notice hunger, energy dips, delight at a song, or the way your shoulders rise in a noisy room. Each act of noticing strengthens the circuitry that helps you detect longing or hurt with a partner. Over time, you begin to trust that feelings can be early information rather than late alarms. There are red signals that deserve attention without alarm. If you minimize needs and then swing to icy withdrawal, that pendulum is asking for support. If partners describe you as present in tasks, but absent in emotion, believe their data without making it a verdict on your worth. If guilt appears whenever you ask for comfort, treat the guilt as a relic of earlier rules, not a current truth. There are also green signals already present that show capacity. You may be fair in conflict, quick to forgive small slights, and naturally skilled at steadying others in crisis. Those strengths are not compensation. They are part of the wisdom that developed in neglect, and they can be harnessed for mutual care when paired with the courage to express and receive. Recovery tends to move in spirals rather than straight lines. A week of better sharing arrives, then an old shutdown returns, and you wonder if nothing changed. Something has changed. You notice the pattern sooner, and you have even one sentence to try. Normalize the awkward beginning of emotional language. Children learn to speak feelings through hundreds of micro-corrections from attentive adults. If you did not receive that tutoring, you are not behind. You are starting now with an adult brain capable of neuroplasticity. Repetition matters more than brilliance. Whispered truth beats polished distance every time. The win is not perfect articulation. The win is standing near your own experience long enough to be known. Partners can help in ways that preserve dignity. If you love someone shaped by emotional neglect, treat inquiry as invitation rather than interrogation. Replace what is wrong with you with where does it land in your body, and then wait longer than is comfortable. Affirm effort, not fluency. When your partner risks a small disclosure, answer with warmth before problem solving, and only brainstorm if they ask. Ask for reciprocity explicitly so care does not flow in one direction, and quietly replicate the old household where one inner world mattered more. Say, "I want to understand you, and I need you to ask about me too," and keep your tone ordinary so the request lands as normal maintenance instead of high drama. Self-support fills the gaps that partners should not carry alone. Many find that plain journaling unlocks sensations without pressure. A short template after a meaningful interaction, what happened, what I felt in the body, what I did next, what I wish I had asked for, builds a bridge between experience and language. Mindful movement, like slow walking without earbuds, gentle yoga, or breathing practices with extended exhales, help the vagus nerve downshift, so emotions can be tolerated rather than avoided. These are not wellness chores. They are ways to create conditions under which connection feels safer. If you enjoy learning frames, it can help to think of experiments rather than fixes. Try one small variable for a week, like naming intensity on a scale before content, and let the data guide the next step. When old loneliness flares, treat it as a body memory rather than a prophecy. Meet it with kinder self-talk than you received. Use a tone you would offer a younger sibling. Of course this feels big. You learn to manage alone. I am with you while we ask for more. Self-compassion does not excuse anyone's behavior. It widens your window of tolerance so choices become available. From that steadier base, you can negotiate, say yes with a full heart, or say no without disappearing. You can leave harmful dynamics if you need to, and you can also stay and shape the climate if the relationship is safe and responsive. If things are heavy, outside help is a wise escalation. A therapist who works with attachment and trauma-informed care can offer a place where feelings are neither ignored nor made theatrical. When you interview a therapist, ask how they work with emotion labeling, body cues, and practice between sessions. Group formats can be powerful because witnessing other people's small bravery normalizes the slow pace of change. If you're in a relationship where neglect has hardened into chronic stonewalling or contempt on either side, structured couples work can add safety rails to conversations that keep going off the road. Safety comes first. If there is any form of abuse, prioritize distance, legal advice, and trusted allies. Enduring harm is not required to be worthy of love. Your story can remain tender without being fragile. The same sensitivity that once kept you scanning for risk can be repurposed to notice beauty, repair, and humor. You can become a partner who says fewer, truer sentences, who makes eye contact when it matters, and who treats emotion as information rather than threat. Relationships do not need grand gestures to relearn closeness. They need frequent proof that feelings are allowed to exist in the room and that no one will be punished for bringing them. If this supported you, consider following for more calm, evidence-based guidance, and share it with someone who might recognize themselves between the lines. Small acts of learning ripple through relationships more than you think.